Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann. Welcome to a Flossy Friday. It is March 4th. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't recorded in 3 weeks. The last time I recorded was the first Friday in February. Hi. She really wants attention right now. I've barely stitched. I've barely quilted. I've barely done anything. I barely have anything to show you. So where have I been for the last 3 weeks? Well, the first week, things were just really crazy and I literally had done nothing. So I had nothing to show anybody. Nothing to talk about, nothing to show. And then I meant to do one last week, the week before last. I don't know. I can't look it up because my iPad is completely dead. So I'm recording on my phone. I can't look it up really fast. Oh, the iPad just comes on as I say that. Actually, literally. So that's, I guess, third week of February, that third Friday. I had done a little bit, but I didn't feel like it was enough. And honestly, I mean, that's not fully true. I was going to record one that week. And work was just really crazy. And I had stuff to do right after work. And it just didn't get done. And then last week, I don't know. It was kind of just like more of the same. Like, I've barely done anything. So what's the point? And I still haven't really done a whole lot. But I mean, I feel like I have enough to show at this point that it's not completely pointless. But also I feel like it is somewhat pointless. I don't know. Take it however you want. I guess really deep down there are some other things that have prevented me from recording. But is it something that I want to talk about and get into? No, it's not. Because some things should remain private. And that is what it is. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you the few things that I have been working on. Nothing is finished. Something is very close to being finished. I'll probably finish it today, to be quite honest. Let's see. Where to start? I guess let's do the temperature wander with me. Oh, there's something weird happening to my ears right now. And it's throwing my equilibrium off. That happened out of nowhere. Okay. That's really uncomfortable. Lost my train of thought. Okay. God, it really is hurting. Hi. She's not going to leave me alone today. I don't know. We were cuddling earlier. I'm on my lunch break. I think it's because I've had the door in here closed because I am working on putting the binding on my puff quilt. So that's not done. It will be done by next weekend. I have to get it done this weekend. Like, I legit have to. I have a deadline. Giving to me by myself. But Monday is my Quilt Guild meeting, and it is what I wrote down that I will have finished by the March Quilt Guild meeting, which is Monday. So I legit have to have it done. So to make myself do it faster, I made it my deadline. Anyways, it's a thing. Let's see. Life has been crazy. Work has been crazy. I've needed like the mental break after work for the last couple of weeks, which has made me not want to stitch. Which, hey, ma'am. Hey, Tiny, can you stop, please? Come over here. I'd rather you annoy me over here than mess with something over there. Come here. Come on. Please. That's fine. Stay there. I don't care. Just stop getting into things that you shouldn't be getting into. So I've needed like the mental downtime, which usually in the past, stitching helps with that. But my mind has been so chaotic after work that even stitching, like trying to follow a pattern, it would get annoying. So, you know, I would get more into sewing, but lately I haven't even wanted to do that. I've just been less inspired, but I have started a new quilt because I decided that I also need to make my dad a throw quilt this year. So I started on that, which I'll show you that really fast. I'm all over the place today. So I picked reproduction fabrics, and I'm doing Ashley's Big Little pattern, but instead of doing the 4-patch, I'm doing a stripe. So that way they look like little mini Texas flags along the row, which they alternate. So like a couple of them won't, every other row there will be like just a star on the end or just stripes at the beginning of a row, but it's going to be multiple like little baby Texas flags everywhere. So I'm making him that. So I started that. I have bought more fabric. I started my Ruby Star Society food group fabric tablecloth, which I think I need more of the fabric charm packs. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. And Unruly Nature from Ruby Star Fabrics at the quilt store. The bolts came in last week, but the pre-cuts haven't. So I'm waiting for the pre-cuts. And the pre-cuts for the Hey Y'all fabric came in last week, but not the bolts or my fat quarter bundle, because she ordered my fat quarter bundle after her like first initial order. So I'm waiting for that to come in. But also Saturday is the 2-year anniversary for her shop down there, and they're having a big celebration. And so Ashley and I are going tomorrow to that. The cats are fine, as you can tell. Stella is very needy today. Potter is sleeping. That's about it. Okay, now into stitching. All right, so the Wander With Me is by Stitchin Mommy. Her name is Sarah. But it's Stitchin Mommy on Etsy, and she has had temperature sals for at least the last 10 years because I started my first one in like 2015. But I think she's been making the pattern since like 2013, 2014. And I gave up on that one. And whenever I say like, I didn't resonate with the pattern as much. This one I think is really fun. And I think part of it also, and I have talked about this, is that I could never decide, do I want to do the highs? Do I want to do the lows? So I was doing the averages, and it just got to be like a lot and kind of annoying and too much for me personally. So this time she has what's called Wander With Me temperature sal, which is cat related. And so I'm doing the highs and the lows to represent Stella and Potter for this year, which I think is really fun because I get to do both the highs and the lows because I'm from Texas. I'm not from North Texas. I'm not from South Texas. I'm not from Central Texas. I'm Southeast Texas. So I'm technically in the South, but I'm not like in the South of Texas. By like the border. I'm the south of the east side of the state. I'm in the Piney Woods. I don't know how else to describe it. We have a really big state. We describe our state by kind of like the regions. Like you're in the hill country, you're in East Texas, you're in the refinery area, which is like where I'm from, the Houston area. But I'm just a little bit north of that. I'm in between Houston and Dallas. I don't know. Does anybody care? Anyways, our temperatures can vary drastically. And I'm not talking like, you know, some places like their high and their low is typically between 5, maybe 15 degrees difference. I'm talking in Texas, your high can be 30 to 40 degrees different from your low. And I'm not just talking about in the winter. Like, this can happen in the summer. It's ridiculous. We joke, and if you're from Texas, you would get this, and also if you're from the South, you might also get this. But we joke a lot that we can experience almost every single season in a single day. And it's kind of true. And a funny story is one day in college, me and my friend were walking across campus, and it was really hot outside. Because we were there around like lunchtime. But this girl must have been on campus since early in the morning, because she was wearing shorts that showed her ass cheeks, flip-flops, had an umbrella, but was also wearing the puffy vest with a fur-lined collar. And that is literally because the morning it was 40 degrees, and then it rained. And then the afternoon was supposed to get to like the low 90s. And then it was supposed to cool off into like the 70s by like the later afternoon. It was ridiculous. So anyways, I think it's really interesting. So what I have done, this is a lot of explanation. I should just show the damn stitching. I'm probably about a week behind now. I got it caught up last weekend, so I'm a couple days behind again. But they're both on 14 count Aida in black, which is not my favorite, but it really makes the colors pop, which is really fun. And it's also covered in potter hair. So whenever I do anything with this, I've really got to get the fur off. But, so this one is for potter. This is the lows. So right now it's mostly blues, kind of like greens and purples. It got down to like 20 degrees on this day. So that's actually a light pink, but you can't really tell. It just almost looks white. But it's really funny because there's randomly a lime green day in here, which means that the low, surrounded by all of these like 40s, for a single day, it jumped up into like the 60s. Like the high 60s was the low. But the days before and after were all in the 40s. It's really, I don't know. It's just really interesting. I find this really interesting. So this is Potter's piece. His name is going to be on it. The cat at the bottom is going to look like Potter. And that is because Potter likes to be cold. He's a Maine Coon. He has an undercoat year round. So he gets very, very, very cold. Or he gets very, very, very hot. He likes to be cold. So I thought it'd be really fitting to put him on the low temperatures because that's what he prefers. Then the high temperatures, and this is really fun because they've been getting up to like the 60s and 70s. And I haven't gotten to it, but last week we had a couple of days in the 80s, which is really funny because again, like the lows were in like the 40s and 50s. So again, a 30 to 40 degree temperature difference. I just find it fascinating. Texas is unique. Anyways, so this one is for Stella because she's very tiny. She gets very cold all the time. She likes to be under blankets. She likes to, so since I last filmed, they had a vet appointment. Potter in the last year has lost 2 pounds, which is good. He needs to lose 2 to 3 more pounds and get back around 18 to 19 pounds. He's currently 21 pounds flat. And Stella is, she turned 1 middle of October. So beginning of February, she was about, I don't know, what is that? Like 14, 15 months old. She's 5.5 pounds or 5 3/4. She like fluctuates between 5.5 to 5 3/4. So she's very small. She is the size of a 5-month-old kitten. She gets very cold. And that weekend that I last filmed a video, it got down. That's the weekend that it got down into the low 20s, actually. And she got a little sick. She got like some coughs and like sniffles and was sneezing and coughing because I just could not keep her warm enough. And I was trying and I just couldn't. And I took her to the vet, but also Ashley suggested, because I was trying to get her like little cold to go away. One, but like quick, sooner than not. But also before the vet appointment, because I didn't want them to be like, here, give her all these antibiotics. Because this is literally going to be something that I have to figure out how to deal with her size for the rest of her life. I mean, it's one thing, like cats grow out of it normally, but she's a dwarf size cat and it just is what it is. So it's going to have to be something that I might have to deal with more frequently than most cat owners. So anyways, Ashley suggested getting out my heating pad for her, and for about 2 weeks she would sleep a good amount of the day when she was sleeping on a heating pad, because it was the only way that I could keep her super warm without her being under the covers, literally under 2 quilts at all times. So there's that. But yeah, so I picked the highs for her because she enjoys being warm, because it's really hard for her to get super warm. All right, let's move on. That was a lot of explanation that some of y'all have probably already heard and some people probably don't care about. The other thing that I had been working on is the Oh Lucky Day by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. I started out with this one. This one is called, yikes, Pot O' Gold. This one. And I'm not done with it. I will show it to you in just a second. And then I also started, because I needed a break. It's a lot of stitching. I have gotten it to where I'm close to being done, but there's still a lot to go. It's small, but it's mostly covered. It's 67 by 80, and it's mostly covered. So it's just a lot. So whenever I was working on this, I needed a slight break. So I started Top of the Mornin to Ya, which is 82 by 58. So I'll show you that one really fast first, because that's what's in the hoop. And this fabric, I'm pretty sure is a 28 count. It was randomly given to me by one of my Quilt Guild friends from like their old stash from whenever they used to cross stitch way back when. And I dyed it with blue, gray, green, and tan. And I just loved, I've been looking for something to use it with because it was very skinny and very long, and these are not very big. So I just turned it horizontal and cut it up into 3 pieces. So this is my Top of the Mornin. Like I said, I've barely gotten any of it done. If you're looking for a shit ton of progress for me being gone for a month, you came to the wrong place. Normally that would not be the case. It's just been one of those situations. So that's how far I am, but this one will go a lot faster. I will say I do want to get this back out and work on it probably this weekend. Because, and then this is the one for the last piece, my cut for the last piece. But this is my Pot O' Gold. Pull that. Ooh, that's definitely in the wrong spot. I just don't want the needle to be all willy-nilly out here. Okay. All right. So this is my Pot of Gold. I spent the most time on this one. These take forever because there's these random holes where white goes. So I have the lime, like the more lime one done. The yellow I'm almost finished with on this side, but then I have this whole side. And then this one is, it's massive. It's just massive. It's going to take up all of this. And then there's little speckles. And then I still have to do the shamrocks. So I still have a long ways to go on this. That's what I had to switch because I worked on this a lot. And like I said, my mind just wasn't, you know, like it was in the mood to stitch, but it wasn't in the mood to stitch at the same time, or like to have the dedicated amount of focus. And so that's why I switched to one of the quicker ones, and then I just stopped stitching for literally like a week and a half. So it is what it is. But I do enjoy them. I think they're really cute. I would like to get them finished before St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if that's going to happen or not because that's in 2.5 weeks. And the day before St. Patrick's Day, I have to take a certification. So I also need to like study and stuff for the next 2.5 weeks. But it's a goal of mine. I mean, I still have goals of what I want to accomplish this year with my stitching. Am I very far behind in them? Yes. Did I set them up myself? Yes. So am I upset with myself about it? No, because there is still a work-life balance that I'm trying to figure out. There's new workout routines that I'm trying to accomplish and to get done. And I mean, there's just life, you know, like sometimes your crafting cannot be your priority, and that's just where I am at the moment. But I would like to get back to it because it does make me happy, and relax me and all that kind of stuff. But I've also just enjoyed living my life and not having certain expectations on myself either at the same time. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I want to keep on working on those. I want to at least get 1 or 2 of them finished before the holiday comes. But if I don't, I don't. Like I said, that leprechaun one is a lot of stitching in a small space. And I just haven't had the time dedication to want to put towards it. So it is what it is. Somebody count how many times I've said that in this video. And I know that this video seems somewhat all over the place, but I've been wanting to do an update. I just feel like I've barely done anything that warrants an update. And so hopefully next week next week I still do one, but also hopefully it's a little bit more composed and organized like they normally are. Like I would love to show you some of like the quilting stuff. It's just all over the place. Like I want to show you like my fabric haul and stuff like that, which there'll probably be another one this weekend, because if my pre-cuts came in this week, I'm going to buy them tomorrow at the anniversary. It's going to happen. And I have a few things that I got the other weekend, like 2 weekends ago at the shop. So I have stuff, but they're in a different room and I forgot to bring them in here, and that's my fault. So hopefully next week will be a little bit more organized. It will be done. It is getting done tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday on my lunch break. I don't care. It's getting done before Monday. That is a fact. You will see it next Friday or sooner on Instagram. But it has to. It has to. Because I didn't put to like get everything but the I put finish it on the paper. Like some of my goals on our UFO challenge, I just put get the top done. This one I put finish it. So also, I'm really hoping that Monday my gigantic Cow King quilt with the Maureen McCormick fabric, it got started being quilted this last week. And I'm really hoping that she has it done on Monday. I'm really hoping. So next week I might actually have like a fair amount to show you, because also I will have this one done because I'm probably going to finish it today. Because I don't have a whole lot left. My goal was actually to finish it last night, but then I got very close. I was over at Ashley's. I got very close to finishing it, but she started getting tired. So I came home, and then by the time I got home, I was kind of tired and I didn't get back out. But aside from the beads, I am this close to finishing it. I just have to do a tiny bit of the brown and the leaves, and then I'm done with the first month of 12 Days of Christmas. Aside from the beads, I'm gonna do all the beads last. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the beads last because I'm gonna stitch all of them first before cutting up my fabric. Or I'm at least gonna do, well, I'll show you. Okay, so here's where I'm at with Partridge in a Pear Tree. This is by Annie B's Folk Art. And this is 32 count Lugana Picture This Plus Sprite. And I really like it. They're called for to be on black. But I don't know why. I just thought these colors would look so pretty with the like lavendery purple. Also, purple's not really my favorite thing in the world. I like all the colors, but you know, you gravitate towards some more than others, and purple and reds are not ones that I gravitate towards very much. Like I have to really, really, really like it. And I've had this fabric for so long and I've never known what to do with it. And whenever I saw this first pattern and decided to get this series, I don't know. Like something in me was just like, do it on purple. It'll be so, I think also because this last year, I was doing a lot of the Christmas stuff in kind of like the vintagey colors, and this light purpley pink lavender kind of color reminds me of it. And there's a lot of these like teals in here. So, aside from like the greens and the bright red, it kind of gave me that vibe. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyways, I have a little bit left to finish. Like I said, I have to do the dark brown here on the bird's neck, and do his little feathery things at the top. There are beads up there, so that's going to be incomplete. And I have the leaves down here. So very minimal work left on this. But I am going to do the beads last. I'm either going to do all the beads last for the whole series before I FFO them, depending on how I decide to FFO them, or I'll do the beads, like I think I can fit 3 on like a column of the fabric. So I may do the beads for the 3 before I split the fabric off of the main chunk. Does that make sense? But I have the beads. I did get them. And I've never done beads before because I've never really liked them. I don't really see a point, but I do like them in this instance because, I don't know, some of them just make sense to me for this series. I don't know why. There is no sound logic to that. It's just how I feel. Whatever. But I have a feeling that month 3 is going to be in the mail later today, and I don't have time to make the video later today, so I'm making it on my lunch break, which means I don't have it. But I have a feeling it's going to either be here today or tomorrow, so I don't know why I have that feeling. I just do. But I do have the 2 turtle doves. I have yet to make my working copy of this, so it's not going to get started as soon as that one's done. Like I said, in terms of stitching, I want to catch up the last week of my temperatures, and I want to work on the Oh Lucky Day pack before I get back to the 12 Days of Christmas stockings and the winter and fall on the farm series, plus all the other things that I want to work on that I have in progress. It's silly. Anyways, so I got this at some point in the last 3 weeks. It's the second month. The of 12 Days of Christmas by Annie B's Folk Art, and this is 2 turtle doves. They're super cute. You can kind of not really tell that they are opposite colors here. So this one is a darker body with a lighter patch around the heart, and then this one is reversed. You can kind of tell. You can kind of see it. And I think I have to pick a new color for that. I think. And this one, so the whole series has a set list. Oh, there is a mistake in the tail on the second dove in the model, but is on the chart correct. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So this is the full list for the whole series of threads, but this is the list for what's used in this pattern. And I haven't pulled all of the threads because I wanted to wait to do that to see the pattern and see like which color went where as far as the pattern goes. So I know C is ecru. What is this other color? A hollow heart. Yeah, beige gray medium, 644. Okay, I haven't pulled that color yet, so I might make it a little bit more of a distinct color instead of them being a little bit more similar. But that's just something that like I'm toying with. But I think for the most part, the rest of the colors in this chart, I already have pulled. So I think that's honestly the only new color that I need to pull for this one. Maybe. Oh, I might need to pull another blue-green. We'll see. And I have changed a couple of the colors up a little bit. They aren't the exact called for number, but they're like one number off or something. It's very similar / close. But it was one because a couple of the colors weren't in my box and they were similar enough that it did not bother me. But also I picked, like if it calls for like a blue, I picked a blue that went really well, I thought, with the fabric color choice that I picked, the light purple. So I need to make my working copy of this. So at some point this month, I will start the second one. And I haven't seen, they haven't posted, they have not posted on Instagram what the third pattern looks like. At least they hadn't as of a couple days ago. I haven't checked in a few days. Wow. That's it. This was a crazy video. It was a crazy video. Like I said, there's so much that I wanted to talk about and show you, and I did most of it, but there is a lot of like quilting stuff that I want to show you. I am just not organized for it, or organized enough for it. Hopefully next week though, because our big project, let me dive back into the work thing for just a second. Our big project that's been sucking up a lot of like my mental capacity for the last couple of months, actually, it's launched. It's launched. There's not many issues. And so that means that we get a little bit of our sanity back for a little while, which means that I have the mental capacity and sanity to have my hobbies again for a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. Again, I'm still trying to figure out the whole work balance. When it is crazy at work, how do I filter in the things that typically make it a little less crazy for me? But it's been hard. I mean, it's been hard. So I'm figuring that out, really. It shouldn't be that hard, but it has been hard. Because I'm also still learning and stuff too. So, you know, it's new. It's new. I haven't had this type of a struggle before. So, you know, I'm just figuring my way. It is good to come back and do a video. Hopefully you enjoyed this, even though I feel like I made a chaotic video. It might not have been that chaotic, really. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But it's been a while. I would love to know what you're working on. What are you excited about from Market? I have a little bit of a list that I'm intrigued in, and normally if I was recording this on my iPad, I would pull up, because I've taken screenshots on my phone of some of the patterns that I am interested in. I did pre-order 3 patterns that I'm super excited about, but I do have a longer wish list that I have saved in various places. Like some are just screenshots because they aren't available at the shops to pre-order or to order at all. And so I'm waiting to see which shops are going to carry some of these. But I'm intrigued to see what y'all are interested in. I know that it's happening this week. So maybe in the next 2 weeks, I'll have my 3 new patterns, but that's another thing. Like, hopefully next week I'll have my iPad charged and I can show you some of the things that I am excited about that got released at Market and what I have and haven't pre-ordered. And so hopefully it'll be a little bit more informative, a little less chaotic, but I mean, hey, you know what? Every once in a while we need a little bit of chaos, right? So that's what I'm going to work on. My goal this week is to catch up my paw prints. I get at least top in the morning to you done. If not also a lucky day, and this one will probably be the last one that I complete because it's just a lot. And I also want to get day 1 of the stockings done and possibly start on day 2. And that monster will be done. And hopefully also my Cow King will be done. So that'll be really exciting. So next week, hopefully less chaotic, more to show, a little bit more organized. And we can also talk about Market releases and things like that. But let me know what you're working on. I missed you guys. I know that it seems really chaotic, like I said, but I genuinely have missed making videos. It's just been too much for me to add this in. And then the days, like the second week that I missed, I wanted to make one and it literally, time just like slipped away and I just didn't have time. And so it is the things. It is what it is. But let me know what you're working on, what you're excited about, and all of that jazz. And I will see y'all next Friday. I will. Come hell or high water. I will see y'all next Friday. I hope that y'all have a blessed weekend and a fantastic week. And bye, guys. I really appreciate y'all.